Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be talking about how I made this render. So it's actually much easier than you think, and obviously I'm going to be breaking down some steps on what you can do today, and even as a total beginner can do this. Okay, so the render that I did was in 3ds Max and Corona Render only. Yes, so basically what I did was I made the model. So I used a floor plan, what is AutoCAD floor plan or DWG file, and then I imported it into 3ds Max and built it from there. This includes the walls, the windows, the roof, etc. But obviously, as this is an interior project, then the roof is not really needed. So it can just be a flat roof, but only focusing on the interior side. Now, obviously, like I said again, I created the roof, windows, and stuff, and also I used the command called edit poly, and use the poly command. I've explained in my previous videos on how to do 3ds Max, and I did it from there. Even I create the floors and everything. Now, to get these furniture, I downloaded online, like 3D Sky. Obviously, I'm not affiliated with this website, but I'm just letting you know how I did it. You can get from 3D Sky, so you can download a FBX file. So the FBX file is, in my opinion, is better than OBJ file in 3ds Max because it has better quality. Even though it has, even though you have to pay for some stuff, I think it's around like $7, $6, something like that. Excuse me. Obviously, it's not that much, but obviously in life, if you want good quality, then you have to pay. If you want low quality, then yeah, you have to expect things for free. So anyway, if you basically in life, if you buy cheap stuff, you'll get cheap quality. If you buy expensive stuff, you get expensive quality. So high quality. Anyway, so then what I did in 3ds Max, I imported the FBX file into 3ds Max and positioned where I want to put in my floor plan. And then after that, I created some views to see where I wanted to fit, the composition view, the depth of field, camera, everything in 3ds Max. It's kind of like you have a Canon camera, Sony camera, so in millimeters. So make sure that you understand the basics of it. And then after that, I edit the materials before I render. So that's going to be Slate Material Editor. So obviously you can press the M command in Windows. I'm not sure about Mac, but I don't think 3ds Max is available for Mac, so you might have to work around with it using I think Boot Camp for Windows, something like that in Mac. So 3ds Max only available for Windows. Anyway, so using the Slate Material Editor, I edit the materials that I want to. I can even download materials from the websites, like I said before in my previous videos, importing 3ds Max, and I can just drag these, I don't know how you call it, but I mean like when you have like this table, you get this connector, you can just drag the connector and edit it into the whatever materials, not well materials yet, but whatever objects like furniture or walls or doors, anything. So this is what I did so far, and then once that I am happy with it, I use Corona Render. Excuse me. But obviously, before I click the Corona Render command in Revit, I make sure that I used Corona Sun and Corona Light in 3ds Max. The reason is because you have to make the lightings obviously before you render, so you understand how it works. So obviously when you select 3D, sorry, when you select corner light and corner sun, it shows, they're very useful in 3D Max. It shows you the position, the size, where you can fit around before you can render your work. Now obviously after, when I open corner render command, I make sure that the color is right, the material reflection is right, depth of field, displacement, everything is correct before I render my project. Now obviously it is very important that you know this process very well. Please do not rush this. You may think that my project is like top advanced people, or like top advanced vendors. Actually it's not. So this is the process that I'm explaining to you, so you can implement this today. Once you are happy with the corner render, you can just press render, but obviously you can I think it's called like show VFX, something like that, show the virtual effects or something in 3ds Max, just to show how your render will look like before you actually render, because render can take time. So after that, whenever I'm happy with my render, I can just export that into Photoshop. So I've also explained that in my previous videos. I have export the corner render file with it, that would be EXR. Then I export it to Photoshop, and in Photoshop I can just render. I mean Photoshop, yeah, render, yeah. In Photoshop I can just post-product. I can make some fine adjustment to the render. Let's say like some lightings or some shadows or some vignette, something, anything like that. And once I'm happy with it, I can use AI. So I've explained it in my previous videos as well, which AI I used. I won't go too far to it. Obviously, using Photoshop and AI are optional, but if you really want to make your render like top notch, then yeah, you can use Photoshop and AI. Well, the one I used that I showed you is 3ds Max, corner render, Photoshop, and then AI. Now obviously I know, forgive me for being a bit slow today, but if you do want my help on how to create render like this, then obviously you can book a link down below, so we can have a chat on how we can create your render to the next level. And also, if you have any question, please let me know in the comments down below, or you can message me on Instagram to see how I can help with your render. Obviously, I am offering coaching one-to-one, so I'm looking for 5 people to coach to help them with their render for total beginners. And then obviously I am going to please ask you to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, so it can help with the algorithm, so help more people like you. So I want to say, I want to say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.